Does it start?
Say that again.
I don't know. I don't think I wrote it down. 1992.
Oh, I want to start in, what is it, 1920?
Well, I think it was 1926, no, 1919 is when she was born.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And she was, how old were you, Auntie Eleanor, when you guys started traveling to California?
All right, well, wait a minute, let me...
We want to, yeah, we'll just say what's your earliest memory as a little kid, being that you were born in 1919.
I was born in 1919, July the 19th.
And that's in Cheshire, Massachusetts? What's your earliest memory?
Sure. Well, anyway, I started in this book. It says, I, Eleanor Wells Isaacson Hare, had 4 sisters and 3 brothers, all about 1.5 years apart. I used to have pink eye a lot, and so I can remember Pop pulling the tip on the cow to get fresh milk. Then Mom would put the milk in my eye. What a cure.
That is a good cure.
How about that? I wonder if it really works.
Now, is that worth taking?
Oh, yeah, that is.
yeah.
Now, she would just drip it in your eye? How old were you when that happened?
Oh, I can remember, so it seems like I was about 4.
About 4 years old. Now, do you remember your dad? Do you remember your dad?
Oh,
What kind of person was he? I'm leaving your script because we can read that, but I'll ask questions that you might have not put in there.
yeah.
What do you remember
Well, I
about?
remember Pop. We called him Pop, and he was a good Pop. And I remember when he worked at GE, and when he came home, he'd sit in the chair, and I'd get on his foot, and he'd go, rowdy dow, rowdy dow, rowdy dow.
Rowdy dow. That's after,
And
what did he?
He'd rock me up and down on his foot. Rowdy dow, rowdy dow.
Do that again? What would he do?
I would sit on his foot. He'd sit in the chair when he came from work to rest, and I'd sit on his legs. He'd have his legs like this, and I'd sit on it, and he'd go rowdy down, rocking back and forth like this. I remember that. I was about 4 years old.
I see.
What did he do at GE? Do you know what he did? Where he worked?
I don't know because he was always a builder that I remember.
Was that...
When he got through GE, well, he was a mailman very first in the early years. He drove a Model T Ford and delivered mail.
Oh.
And then he got a job at GE. I don't know what he did at GE.
Was that General Electric? General Electric?
Yeah. And then he started building houses. He built a lot of houses in the next town, Pittsfield. He had a whole street of houses he built.
Do you remember what street?
No,
No? Because wasn't there a Wells Road?
but in Connecticut.
Oh, in Connecticut.
Also in
Cheshire, too.
Because I went down.
Oh, yeah, there was one in Cheshire.
Was that named after the houses he built, or was that after your family?
It was after the family,
Really?
yeah.
Now, is it true that the Wells came over on the second voyage of the Mayflower? Do you remember that?
Well, no, I don't remember.
That might be in the Cheshire history book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where were you living when you remember your dad coming home? What house was he living in?
The one I was born in, and it was, I guess his first original house with the family.
And that was in Cheshire?
Yeah.
Yeah. What road was that on, do you know? Was it up?
Well, I think you saw it. It was across the street down the hill from Norman.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, do you have any other early memories of when you were a little girl? And what your family did, or some event with your family when you were little?
Well, of course, all the traveling. But,
God, that sounds, you wrote that,
would you be interested in this? When I was about 4, one winter day, I saw a horse pulling a sleigh past the house and up the hill and away. In the sleigh, I just knew it was Santa Claus. I saw him with my own eyes, I told my brother Floyd. The joy, then I wrote in, the joy of innocence. I was just sure it was Santa Claus.
What did Uncle Floyd say? Do you remember what his reaction was when you told him you saw Santa
Oh,
Claus?
gosh, he's so young, I don't know.
Did he go, "Oh, Al"?
I guess he believed it, because
Yeah.
he was a year younger than me.
What did he call you? Did he call you Eleanor?
No.
What did he call you? What was your
I
nickname?
don't know, Pop called me Topsy,
Topsy. And what is,
but I guess Floyd, I don't know, we used to fight a lot.
that's important to know.
And then we would say, I'd say, Ma, he's sticking his tongue out at me. And Ma, he's making faces at me. Floydie, stop that. Now, be a good boy, Floydie. And then Floyd would say, Ma, she's looking crooked at me. And then we'd go like that, and then she'd say, Eleanor, stop it now, stop the arguing, stop the fighting. So, okay, I remember that much.
That's good. Now, okay, go ahead if you want to read that memory. They'll see, that's what you read, and then we figure out some more stuff.
One day, my oldest brother, Wilmar, and some of the rest of the kids, I was too young to remember who, but I do remember that we put my brother Floyd, just a year younger than I, into a baby carriage. We all pushed the carriage up the hill, then let it go down. It went across the lawn, over the ledge, and into the brook. It landed right side up, with little brother still in it. Isn't God a great protector of little children?
Yeah, it's good he forgave you.
Good he protected him from you.
Was he squealing when he did, and when you found him? I mean, was he?
I don't remember. I think he was just surprised.
How old were you?
She doesn't remember.
You don't remember?
I was probably about 6. I remember doing it.
And Floyd must have been 5?
Yeah.
Heavens to Betsy.
And maybe younger if he was in the carriage. But we
Well,
did
Floyd's
something.
only a year younger than you, right?
Yeah, just a year younger.
Yeah.
Same month.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he was born, I was born the 19th of July, and he was born the 11th of July the
Ah.
next year. Now, this next one,
Yeah.
about my pop.
Yeah.
My pop could build houses and furniture, and at Christmas, he would make little rocking chairs, rocking horses, doll beds, and one Christmas he made a very sturdy kitty car. My brother and I carried it up in the barn and threw it out the hayloft. We were just 4 and 5 years old. I asked myself now, how did we ever get it up in the hayloft, and why?
And you still have never solved that puzzle.
Did it destroy the kitty car?
But no, that was very strong, sturdy.
So you wanted to test it.
But I don't know how we did it. I often think we were so little.
Whose idea was it?
It was probably mine.
See, that's where sister gets it.
I don't know if I want to take credit for that. Did you ever get beat?
Did you get switched?
Sounds to me you should have been in trouble a lot.
No, that's pretty good mom and papa when I was real young.
They didn't spank you?
That's because they didn't know that she should have gotten spanked.
I don't know, it didn't break the kitty car. I remember they called them kitty cars then, and you couldn't pedal them, you had to walk them with your feet.
Mm-hmm.
But it had like, Pop made it, and I remember the wood was very thick, the seat that you sat on, it was heavy. I don't know how we did it, but we did. You can do lots of things when you're young.
That is true.
Now, so I
If your voice gets tired, we
I
can.
confess the truth 68 years later for the first time. When I was 6 years old, I found a ring in my father's dresser. It's Masonic ring. I didn't know that at the time. I took it and buried it in the dirt in the road. When Pop missed it, he asked each one of us who took it. I never admitted that I did, and I never found it. He died never knowing who took it.
Oh.
Confession is good for the soul. So, 68 years later,
I didn't know your dad was a Mason, because Leah was doing all sorts of, she was real interested in the Masons, because my daddy was a Mason.
Well,
So your dad was a Mason.
yeah,
And your mom was an Eastern Star.
yeah.
Oh,
I wasn't anything.
yeah, yeah,
No one can about it.
okay. If you're up to it.
I was born in a little town about 1500 at the time. Cheshire, Mass. was in the beautiful Berkshire Mountains. We children had so many happy times growing up. We could romp through the woods up one side and down the other side, 2 or 3 miles from home. It was safe as long as my oldest brother, 9, and sister, 8, was with, and we younger ones, we would go picking wild blueberries and blackberries. Mom would can many quarts. They were so good the following winter.
2 or 3 miles from
Yeah.
home.
Yeah, we could wander.
And you found your way
with
home.
my older brother and sister, 8, and they were, what did I say, 8 and 9?
Yeah.
That was Wilmarth and May.
Yeah, and they were all over the woods up there.
If your eyes get tired, then let me know.
Yeah, well, I'll keep going.
Okay.
It's
getting good.
I haven't read it in a long time, so it's interesting.
Yeah, you can edit out anything you don't want to be used against you.
We'll just read it later.
Pop was a mailman in town, and I think he had a little 1924 or 26 Ford. Not many cars in town in those days. I think we were the first family in town to have a Victrola hand crank. I remember as a little girl, Pop Bobbitt bringing it for Mom one Christmas, and he had to bring it from the train station on a sleigh. What fun we all had with the Victrola. I remember Mom and Pop rolling the rug up in the parlor. Weekend, then many friends and relatives would visit and dance. We children would sit at the top of the stairs and watch for them on Sunday morning. Mom would dress the 6 of us, not Pop, and go to church. Pop would stay home and read the Funny. Were we ever well behaved? It's true, everyone said so. Mom and the 6 young ones would sit in the pew close to the front. We went to church until I was 5 or 6. Then Pop decided to travel. When I was 7 years old, a new baby was added. Surprising, he is 65 years old now. I loved to hold him, and I dropped him a few times.
Who is that one?
Ray.
Oh, Ray.
Yeah.
I told you she dropped.
But you always said she dropped you.
Well, she must have had a habit of dropping all the kids.
I don't think I dropped too much.
Much?
I was a lot old. I was, what, 12 years old when you were born.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because she told
She
me.
probably had an intentional thing. Wanted to make sure they were sturdy enough.
Mom packed us all up when the baby was 6 weeks old, and we drove to California. Little baby Raymond swinging in a canvas bed from the roof of our car. By that time, we had a 7-passenger Studebaker. Oh, the fun we had camping along the roadside, pitching a tent, getting out folding cots, washing in brooks, and always so hungry. Poor Mom. In those days, you packed everything in the car. Outside, we had running boards on each side of the car, then put a luggage gate to hold the clothing, pots, pans, dishes, sheets, bedding, and food. Did I ever tell you about the time we went to Arizona? It was so hot that often we would sleep out on a blanket on the ground. We all woke up in water. They irrigated the land. I don't remember much about Arizona, but that I wanted to go barefoot, but the ground was so hot. Oh yes, it was in Arizona where the flat iron fell on my head. It made a split in it.
Just split the flat iron?
Yeah, that accounts for the way I am now. What do you think?
The split was in her head, not the hot iron.
Did you
Yeah.
split your head?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said you split the flat iron.
No.
Now, what did Grandma do about your head splitting open? Did she sew it?
No, she just put a wet cloth on it.
Those were cast iron irons.
Yeah.
Yeah. And heavy.
She had it, she had a curtain up over the closet, and not on a rod. She had the iron up there to hold the curtain up. And of course, me had to get in there and I pulled the curtain aside.
Now, where was this closet?
In Arizona.
I mean, was it in a hotel or a house you stayed in?
A little cottage. I think it was a camp. A
Okay.
little cottage.
And what was Grandpa doing while he's traveling? Was he picking up work as he went along, or?
Sometimes.
Mhm.
Most of the time, I think it was just towards the last during the big depression. He had to stop and get work. We were running out of money for gas. He had to stop. I got that in here someplace.
So you sold your house to get the money? Is that what you did? You sold the
To go
family
to
house?
California, we
Yeah.
sold the house.
Oh, okay.
Not to, we didn't sell a house just to go to California, but sold the house because he wanted to go see his brother in California.
Oh.
And then we sold the house, figured, and I guess he figured we would be coming back to Cheshire.
Oh. So it wasn't that his brother had work for him, he wanted to
No.
visit him?
Just wanted to visit because he hadn't seen him in years.
Do you remember anything about the uncle? His brother? Do you remember your stay out there in California?
I do remember going into their home, and I thought, oh, how plush. They had this old carpet all over the floor, and we all had all of us kids. I had the feeling in it, I was about 7, I guess, and I had the feeling that Uncle Ralph's wife was flabbergasted to think she's got to have all these little kids in her house. As young as I was, I had that feeling, and that she just, so we didn't stay there long anyway.
Did they have kids?
No, if they did, they were all grown.
Oh, okay.
So, and that's where, I don't think I wrote that in here, that's where they stepped out the door and they had a cement stoop, no railing or anything, and I fell on the corner of the stoop and hit myself in my vagina. Oh, it was so, and it bled. It hurt so bad. And I never told anyone, though.
No?
No.
Oh my goodness.
No. From the corner of the cement, it went right in my vagina.
Oh,
Really.
man.
You never did that, no, but
No.
a lot of these things,
That's why we ask. See, there's those details.
But you don't need to write that.
No, I
That
won't.
That isn't going on the,
We're editing all the personal.
It'll be edited.
oh, okay. Okay, well,
You can just read the next selection.
oh. Let's see.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, I got down here. So one year, Pop decided to go to Florida. Mom decided to stay in Cheshire. Pop found another woman. Ended the happy times for we kids. That ended our happy times.
Do you ever remember your mom and dad arguing? Or did it just come out of
No.
the blue?
No, they did it quietly.
Mm.
I never heard them really shouting at one another or swearing or anything.
Mm.
Now, once your mom found out, what was her reaction, or how did she find out?
Oh, it was easy.
Okay. You can interject.
How was it easy?
He always took her.
Blabber now? Really, is that true?
Yeah, the one year, well, Pop went to Florida and, well, first he built a little restaurant in our big house in Cheshire. And Mom ran the restaurant. He said, now you run the restaurant summers, and I'll go to Florida and get work, and you come to Florida winters. We'll go back and forth. We'll have a business each place. Well, then, of course, when Pop went to Florida alone, he met a woman, and, well, he met two women. One of them,
one was
Emma. Yeah, but he didn't bother with her too much, I guess. But then he met Ruby, and that was the end of everything, because then Ruby started having babies.
That does happen.
So I guess when they had the second child, Mom decided, well, it's time to get a divorce. So that was the end of.
How did she find out about Ruby? You went home and said, Daddy has a girlfriend?
Well, I had big ears,
Yes.
and they would talk about her,
Oh, your mom and...
Daddy,
Uh-huh.
and I would be in the room, and Mom said, little pictures have big ears, I think is what it was, until she, you know, I guess he thought I didn't. But anyhow, he wanted Ruby to stay, and Mom didn't want her to stay.
She was up in Cheshire?
No, that was down below.
Oh, they were down there.
Come
Oh,
down,
okay.
yeah.
By that time, I was married.
Yeah, she was married.
Oh.
She had the best time of her life.
Who did? Her?
Yes, that was
Oh.
the best time of your life.
What? My younger
married?
years.
Younger.
In her
Not
younger
when I
years.
was married.
No,
Up until then?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Ah.
Yeah, Auntie Eleanor experienced the fun and the, well, like you said, the weekend dances at the house and the
Yeah.
Victrola. Mom was, during the time when Grandma and Grandpa were working on splitting up. Now,
So who was the party animal? So your dad was the more happy, outgoing, and your mom was reserved? Or what kind of personality your mom had?
Probably like me.
A blonde?
No, she had brown hair.
Oh.
the red hair came from Grandpa's side,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. But she had a good time. She was easygoing for the most part?
Oh, well, when I was young, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess she was different with June.
Yeah.
Well, the whole marriage was different, though.
Yeah, everything was different.
Yeah.
Just like a whole different generation when
Mhm.
June was growing up.
Yeah. Well, by then, Grandma was working full-time with Mom.
Yeah, when June was born, Mom was working, and I'd have to take baby June up to the restaurant where Mom worked so Mom could breastfeed her. And then, of course, we had to take care of my other sister, about a year and a half older than me, that had died.
Louise?
So, no.
Irma.
Oh, Irma.
And we had to take turns, nights. And by that time, we were in our, Irma and I were in our teens. We had boyfriends, and we wanted to go out. But we'd have to put June to bed first.
That's when you started dropping her on the head so she'd sleep through the night.
No, I don't think I dropped June. I just dropped my brother Ray. But anyway, then of course we'd get mad at her because as soon as we begin to think she sleeps, they begin to leave the bed. We'd have to go back, and she ruined our teenage life.
Now, who were you sneaking out to see?
Who were you going out to see? I don't know, but I know who I was.
Who was
I
it?
had a lot of boyfriends.
Ooh. And you'd sneak out, your mom didn't know it? You were just...
Oh, well, she was working,
Yeah.
but she knew it. And one night, I was walking home late with a boyfriend, and Mom was just getting off from the restaurant, and she was just ahead of us, and I didn't want her to know I could sneak in the house, and I didn't want her to know I was out so late with a boyfriend. So remember the grist mill around Grace, where Grace lived, on Tannery Ground.
On Tannery Ground,
Yeah.
the grist mill sounds familiar,
Yeah.
but I don't quite.
And, well, so we stopped in the grist mill barn light, the boyfriend and I, till Mom got out of sight and got home, and then I sneaked in the house.
Oh, you did? I didn't know that.
No, I don't think you did.
You were too little.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure she would have squealed on you had she known.
And you don't remember who the boyfriend was?
Yeah, I remember. He was from Farnham's, and he was a special. It was the first time I ever dated him, and very nice looking, and probably a year older than I. And
Do you remember his name?
I can't remember his name. But I only had that one day with him.
He didn't want to get in trouble because you were sneaking back in.
Well, I snuck in a lot of times.
Maybe that's where I got it from.
Yes, just see it all.
I should be telling me, so you just run around here.
Yeah, but I sneaked in a couple of times myself. Only one time I sneaked in the back door and you were sleeping on the couch out there.
Oh.
But I had to go to the bathroom, so I went straight through.
Now, how did you meet Uncle Bob? He wasn't one of your sneaky friends, was he? Where did you
No,
meet him?
when Pop built the restaurant, we had this big house on State Road, and I think you saw it.
Yeah.
And we took in boarders. We had a huge house. We had the restaurant on the first floor, and all these bedrooms and bathrooms up, I guess there's at least 2 bathrooms upstairs and 7 bedrooms.
Yeah,
And so they were fixing the state road, doing repairs, and Bob was running. He had got mad at his father. He worked for his father, but he got mad, so he left his father, and he got a job running a bulldozer, and working on the state road right by the house, and he boarded at our house. That's where I met your dad. Boarded at.
How old was he?
He was 23.
Oh.
I was 16. I think it was about first year that I met him there that we got married. I think.
He was suave and romantic or something?
Oh, he was very charming. He knew how to charm you. He was so nice to Mom. He talked so nice. Oh, that's your dad. Talked so nice.
Very
Yeah, he
polite.
was
And-
so nice to me. Oh, gosh.
And Grandma liked him.
Yeah, and he was so nice to me.
So did you go to your mom and say, I want to get married? Did you sneak off? What did
No,
you do?
we didn't, no. We just, Mom knew we were getting married, and we had to go right down to the gas station where Jack Lawson. Yeah. He was our step-uncle, I think. And he was city clerk or something. We got a license from him. And then we went to the parsonage of the Methodist Church in Adams, the next little town. And there was a preacher there married from the parsonage. And Wilmarth was best man, and Irma was bridesmaid.
Oh, your mom and dad weren't there when you got married?
No, it wasn't. No, they didn't go to I think Pop was in Florida when we got married. Mom was running our little restaurant.
Mm.
And,
So you met Uncle Bob when you were 15?
yeah, I don't know, or 16, because I was almost 17 when I got married, almost. We got married in February, and I would have been 17 in July. So I was 16 when I met him, or maybe 15.
15, almost 16?
Yeah.
She did have a shower.
Yeah, go through your shower.
Oh. Did Irma give me the shower?
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
she did. She made a wedding shower for me. She got it up, invited up, had a lot of girlfriends. And June was, what was you?
She was only 4.
She was coming down the stairs. She had a lace curtain on, and I was holding it up.
Pretending you were,
Yeah.
pretending you're getting married.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a mock
yeah.
wedding.
Oh.
And it was, yeah, a lace curtain for my bridal gown.
Yeah.
For my head. And you were holding it up as I came down
Right,
the
yeah.
stairs. And all the girls were in one of the living rooms.
Yeah.
Gave me a shower.
You want to check and see if that's coming out? I'm going to let her check the tape recorder, and then you can be looking in here if you want to figure out what you're going to read next.